Let's see, Periscope, where are you? Okay, there. Okay, there's that one. Start live on that one. Where we got? Who's on first? Who's on second? Who's on? Who's not alive? Who is alive? I'm live. I got lots of stuff I want to talk to you about. Now, what'd you do with my cards? I had them here in a minute ago. I had some cards. Oh, yes. Actually, what I do when I do research, I'm doing a whole bunch of OneStop, the state OneStop programs that I work on mostly every day. And what I'm doing on that now is, as I find something cool that I want to share with you, I just make a clip and a link so I can remember to talk to you about it. Let me sign into something first. Sign out. Let me see. So I get on. I see if anybody's around. Oh, there's some people around. It's so nice, so nice, so nice. Thank you. Actually, I had a great talk with somebody on Lesco.com. Lesco.com, the talk service, the $1 a minute stuff. And boy, it was just a delightful talk. And what it really surprised me every time that, I can find within me something that really is of value to somebody else. And that's the nicest thing in the world to do. Hi, good afternoon, Linda. Nice to be with you again. So that's why I really enjoy doing that. So anybody trying to solve a financial related problem, like starting a business or getting a job or whatever, where are the opportunities, or how do we get money to solve a financial problem? There's just a lot more options than most of us know about, and because I've been spending 40, 50 years studying all these alternative options, I just have a vast array of stuff inside me, and I really don't know about it until somebody asks me. Then somebody asks me, oh yeah, what about this? And I'm able to share, and it seems to really help people, and I appreciate that. I mean, the nicest thing in the world is having somebody appreciate your work, and that's why I'm trying to get other people to realize, man, try to find something you really want to do in life, because then you're going to do it better, and you're going to help people more. And I think that's the whole key to life, is about helping. And ESTY, there's a big article today about how they've just been bought by venture capitalists, and the whole culture is changing. I mean, this is a place that anybody can start a business for 20 cents. You have an idea about building a product or whatever. I even thought about my stuff. It's handmade research, right? So maybe this would be an SD product, doing handmade research, like that. And that's what they're trying to do. And they do billions of dollars of sales, just in a few years in business. And they're also what's called a B corporation. I don't know if you know what a B corporation is, but this is a new way of incorporating. Not every state has it, but a lot of states have it. And it's, you don't have to work just for a profit. You're working for many reasons, and one is to profit, of course, to stay in business. But a similar value is the health and well-being of your employees and of the community and your customers. So it's more than one thing. And people really enjoyed working there. Apparently it's a great culture. There's a huge article today in the New York Times about it. And because they were growing so fast, so the vultures from Wall Street got in there somehow. And they're starting to lay off people, get rid of the culture, whole kinds of things. Like I heard somebody the other day saying, the head of Citicorp said, culture is something you get in yogurt. But it's also what makes me so happy at work. I think that's why people are so unhappy at work, because all they're working for is money. So whoever the investor is, they just want to make as much money as possible, and they're little concerned about anything else. And so if you're working only for money, then you're missing a whole part of life, it seems. And I think that's why so many people are so upset and hate their job and everything, because everybody there, all the bosses, everybody your boss is working for, all they care about is money. So all you care about money, boy, that's like going to the dentist, just to get your teeth fixed. But you want to do more in life. I think you want to, be proud of what. B Corporation is a benevolent corporation. I guess that's what it stands for. And there's a whole bunch. Actually, Kickstarter is a B Corporation too. So there's a lot of new corporations starting that way, and more community oriented. So I guess what we're finding out, capitalism's cool, but there's limits, and that's where the limits go. I'll get to the best and worst websites in a minute or two. There's just a lot of people late coming on, so I don't want to blow the whole thing here, and make sure everybody gets it. So that's why, look for, I mean, that's another thing. You're looking for somewhere that maybe is a better place to work. A B Corporation will be more concerned about you than the profit, motive only. And that's the problem, I think, with Wall Street, and when they get involved in anything, that's their own. And actually, I think Silicon Valley, even though they say they're trying to make everybody's lives better, I mean, I think they're really in it trying to find the next $1 billion. And by the way, don't forget, venture capitalists are wrong 85% of the time. So that's why it's amazing how. We think these people are so smart, like the Shark Tank people and all that kind of stuff. Well, they're not, and they're wrong 85% of the time. The average small business it goes out of business only 50% living. And actually, that's about the same as divorcing. So if you're afraid to not afraid of getting married, you shouldn't be afraid of starting a business, because you have the same success rate as starting a business or getting married. But we worry about it so much. More when we're starting a business than when we get married. Now, it should be the same kind of thing, I would think, because they're the same success or failure rate as a business than you do as a marriage. Your video already viewed, great. Who's there? Videos help you engage. Oh, it's just Facebook trying to get me to spend money on something. Well, I don't know if you saw the Black Friday, whatever they call it. That this is the first time that more shoppers are going online than in the stores. You see malls closing and things like that. So that era of our development is over. Who has a higher success rate, large corporations or small corporations? Well, they all start small. It's whether they last, how many years they last, and that's the thing. And then if you're large, they're shrinking it. And don't forget, see, and if you want to know who's a larger success rate, the smaller, large corporation, it's small corporations that are creating all the jobs. All the jobs in this country are created by small companies. Big companies, they're about the same. They lay off, they make money by laying off people. The more they could get rid of jobs, the more money these big companies make. So they're really in the business of shrinking jobs. And so if we're going to create new jobs for people, that's really coming from small business. And that's why in the internet, what's going on is when you see it, you could count it as a loss in jobs, because it's less people to make a sale on the internet than it is in the store. So there's more people involved in a sale. Marriage in the next 50 years will be a thing of the past. Well, I said that 3 times already. Matthew, you know any good work-from-home websites? Yes, a work-from-home website is somebody that does not charge you money. And that's the important thing. Never give money to anybody who promises you can make money at home. No. You only pay anybody for working at home as a percentage of money that you get. Anybody who says you have to give them money up front, just leave. It's not worth it. Maybe there's 1 or 2 out of 100,000 out there that are good, but it's not worth trying to figure that out. So anybody who wants to get money from you to make money on the internet, forget it. Absolutely forget it. And actually, I have a new course. If you go to letsgo.com/course, C-O-U-R-S-E, I have a course shows you the best places to go to help you decide what is a good business for you to start. See, and that's the important thing. You need help thinking about that. You and I don't know, and all we have is the option of some huckster on the internet who promises me they're going to do anything, and they have this big fancy car and all that kind of stuff. So you say, oh, I want to do that too, and you think if you do what they do, you'll get it. And 99 times out of 100, you're not. So why bother? Why give anybody money? And anything you do on the internet, to create income is going to take work. And because it takes work, it's silly, I think, think to sell somebody else's thing because you're just trying to sell it because you think it's going to make you money. And really, I think it takes more nowadays than to do that. Than to just try to make money on the internet, because it's too hard and you have to figure it out. Nobody really knows, and everything you try is just somebody's making money from educating you about some secret method that probably 99 times out of 100 isn't going to work for you. So you have to work. Figure out what works only for you, because it'll be different for you than anybody else. And then also business, the basic, bottom line is a business is, are you providing something unique that they can't get anywhere else? So if you're taking somebody else's, product or service or whatever and trying to make money on it, and then plus pay them first so you can make money on it, man, they can get that 100 places ever. And then somebody who's really making money on it already has advertising all figured out and everything, and you can't compete against them. So you never will. You just waste a lot of money. I'm sure I'm not right 100% of the times, but most of the times you'll be just waste a lot of money in marketing that never work, and then you go on to something else. And that's silly. So find something that is important to you. Can you retouch on how I would get the workforce to pay salary whilst getting experience? Contact your local workforce development office. Actually, I have lesco.com/tutor. I have a $20 download report for all those programs in your state. Where you live, how to find them on the internet, whether it's workforce, whether it's going to colleges for free, whether it's free training, whether it's apprenticeship programs, all those, and they're actually in my OneStop reports for your state. So if you go to lesco.com/OneStop, that is in every state. I have at least 50 or 60, 70, 80 programs for that. Getting a better job, getting education, all that kind of stuff. I report in that report too, and I have a separate one. But if you get stuck, another place to do is just call your county. Okay, your county career one-stop. Okay, if you live in Montgomery County, Maryland, so you put Montgomery County, Maryland, career one-stop, and there'll be a problem thing there, and tell them you're looking for training. Don't say you're looking for a grant. Don't say any of those kinds of things. You're looking for training. You want to get training. You want to get a better job. That's what they're for, because you come in looking for a grant. First of all, most of their money is not a grant, because what they do is they pay for your training. So they're giving you $10,000, but they're giving it to the people who are going to train you for a better job, and not to you. So that's not a grant to them, but it's a grant to you. So you'll call up and say, "Do you have any grants for me training?" No, but they could get you trained for free. So you didn't ask for that. It's 1:30, not 12:30. Oh, you're right. How did I do that? Boy, I am really screwed up, aren't I? Yeah. See, boy, that's right. I was on 1:30, 12:30. Oh, you know what? I brought out an old clock that was before, I went out running today about 10 o'clock or so. I came back. That's what happened. And even on YouTube, I screwed up twice, because I think I said 12:30, and I mean 11:30. I meant to say 12:30, but I really meant to say 1:30. Gee, see, you can't trust this old fart here, man. I just make too many mistakes nowadays, and so don't trust me. Well, thanks for catching me on that. Yeah, I think it was an old clock, actually, because we had a lot of guests over the holidays, the last couple of weeks, and we had this clock. We probably didn't turn the clock back, gosh, right. How did you run today? Actually, not bad. I was sick for a while, so I didn't run for about 4 or 5 days, and I get miserable and cranky if I don't exercise. So I did my 5 miles, but I only ran maybe about 3.5 of those, and walked another mile and a half or whatever to go do my 5. And I like it best for the grant in PA. What is that? What's the best for a band? Well, don't look for a grant for business. Don't. There's so many ways not to do it, and because you'll go to some places and they'll say they don't have a grant, and they don't, but they have all these other things that are there. You get a contract, you can get free training to start your businesses. And there's so many other things to get. If you want to start a business, get grants out of your head. Don't do that. I mean, there are grants there, but they're so special. Long-time fan, Tampa. Hi, how you doing, Tampa? Florida. So don't even say that. Now, I have a new book the best single starting places for starting any kind of business. And this is the place you could go. I have a Udemy course on there. So if you go letsgo.com/course, you see that course on Udemy. And it'll take you through the best places to get help to decide the business and help for any kind of information, where to get the money, what kind of money. There's just too many kinds. See, and that's why okay, here's the title we're talking about, the best and worst grants. Okay, there's two basic grant websites the government has: benefits.gov and grants.gov. Okay, now I did one of your Udemy courses. Oh, thank you. And so the benefits, benefits.gov, and then grants, grant.gov. Now, what you have to do is forget about grants. Grants.gov, you're saying, oh, that's it. It isn't. Grants.gov, see, grants in our society, really, it's a name that's been hijacked. But everybody like me who wants to show you about free money and promises you the world and a good, get-rich-quick scheme and all that kind of stuff, they say grants because that's in your head. But when you go looking for a grant, that is mostly, and particularly in government money and nonprofit money, dude, you're the orange riddle. That is really mostly for nonprofit organizations. So most of grant money goes for nonprofit organizations, but 100 times more money goes to you in free money in other ways. So that's why just ignore, grants is just a small piece of that. So the best way to do this, sure, you need financial assistance. You need all kinds of other things. And really, you also need to be smart enough to figure out options where you don't need money to start a business. If you can't find money to start a business, because that's just one way to start a business, it is getting money or getting free money or something else. There's so many other ways to do the same thing, achieve the same objectives without money. So if you start looking for a grant only and everything, can't find it, then you're going to stop. And you don't have to stop. You're just stopping because you don't know your alternatives, and that's the most important thing. Oh, thank you. Perfect pictures. Is that perfect? Perfect future. Oh, nice. And so just try to get it out of your head. Your mission is to start a business. You don't care how to do it. Listen, just think of this. Okay, you have a nice smile. Okay, so somebody comes up to you. Hey, I'm going to give you $50,000 a month to use your smile. You didn't have to do anything, right? Somebody's going to pay you for do that. Are you the guy from the commercials? Yeah. And so that's, there's other ways to make money. So if you're talking about, oh, no, the people who are convincing you that you have to start a business and have money to start a business are the people that are selling you and want money from you to start a business. And that's it. You have to be smarter than that. If you're going to just do what everybody says, that's the problem with Google. See, Google tells you what everybody else is doing. Okay? Everybody else hates their job. Everybody else hates their doing. So don't do what they're doing. You can't. That's not where success lies. Success lies isn't in following the herd off the cliff, doing everything everybody else is, not succeeding in. Why do that? Because you don't know your options. So that's what you have to do, is really expand your options. Okay, so you have two basic websites that show about this: benefits.gov and grants.gov. Grants has very few things that you and I would think of using, because most of it's for scientific research grants, think tank, egghead kind of things, not for money to live on. It's not going to give you like $5,000 for down payment on a house. That won't be there in grants.com, but you could get that. It's not going to give you $20,000 to go and learn something. Oh, she makes $20 an hour clean. Yeah, see, that's a, and she's cleaning houses at $20 an hour or whatever. She doesn't need any money to start that. She just needs a customer. You got to stop thinking about grants. Stop thinking about grants. There's just too many other ways to live, and there's other kinds of money that help you too. So benefits.gov is better. Stay away from grants.gov and go to benefits.gov. That's the one, because they're a government benefit. They're more the programs that you could you can use to help with your living expenses. Now, the programs in there I show you locally in my OneStop. So if you go to govt.com/OneStop and choose your state, or if I don't have your state ready yet, you just choose the generic state and I'll get it to you in 2 weeks. And for there, so that's like $60. I'll show you not only all the ones in benefits, but over 300 more programs like that you could use to generate income, get income. None of it costs you any money. See, what you have to do is start learning all the other options instead of grants. We're all, and that's because of Google. That's what Google tells you that stuff. And you don't want Google. So forget it. Because you just don't, what do the most people use and all that kind of stuff. And it's Google. No, well, there's no opportunity. If everybody's doing the same thing, where's the opportunity there? So you're looking for opportunities. And the opportunities is not doing what everybody else is doing. Because then it's crowded and the competition is too good. The people are there longer, already taking advantage of all the good stuff and all that. So no, you can't do that, and that's why even going to school and stuff like that is bad nowadays, because what you're doing is learning stuff that worked last week, last year, look at how many people said Donald Trump would never be president, and they're eating their crows now, right? And that's why you can't do that. You have to be independent thinking. Find out what's good for you. That's why, to me, it's two things. It's looking inside and outside. You look inside yourself, to see what is about you. What do you really want to do? What can you provide to the world? What can you give the rest of us? Because then you're going to work harder than anything else. Like if you loved, but you have to have a college degree. No, you do not have to have a college degree. Here's data here. Look at this. I mean, the real answer, do you need a college degree? It depends. It doesn't matter. But less and less now you need it. You want to work for some big company in some place you're going to hate or something you really want to do that's established, maybe you do. But the new stuff is requiring less. But you do need skills, not a degree. Here, listen to this. This is a Pew study. They're one of the big researchers. According to Pew, 58% of Republicans now say that colleges and universities have a negative effect on the country, versus 36% who say it's a positive effect. So they're the Republicans, the traditionalists and everything. They're like 60% of them think college is terrible. And I think the real answer, like anything, it depends. You can't be universal. Say everything is bad. That means it's also saying like the Republicans' answer to everything is great, or the Democrats' answer to everything is great. And they're both wrong, right? That's why the only intellectually honest thing is somewhere in the middle. Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't work, and most of the time we don't even know. So the most important thing is to us keep trying. And that's the important thing. Student debt is the reason I do not attend. You're right. And if you want to get education, start at a community college. Now there's so many ways to get education for free. In that list that I give you, I have all the free, like University of the People. That's where you can get a business degree, a high-tech degree, a health degree from a reputable university, all online. And it's like $100, I think, per test, per course. That's all you pay. And that's it. I know a job that doesn't require a degree and pays 80. Yeah, there's up to 100,000. You get into your apprenticeship training programs. And every state has them now. That's growing now. We don't have skilled craftsmen. And skilled craftsmen, to me, boy, I mean, that's a more rewarding work too. Sitting around, doing something just on the internet, and your eyes glued to some computer thing every day versus making something for somebody else. That's why Etsy has grown so much. Everybody's taking what they used to do on the side and now is making money on it, and it costs them only 20 cents. To do that, 20 cents. That's incredible to me. Okay, so benefits.gov. That's the one you want to look at, and not grants.gov. And by the way, anybody that promises you a grant, they're full of shit. You can't, don't buy anything when anybody promises you're going to get the money. You cannot, nobody can promise you get the money except the people writing that check. And the people selling you something is not the people writing that check, because nobody asks you for money to write for a grant. So anybody that's doing that, do it. I mean, you could say, I do it. You're right. I pay for my, I charge for my research services and stuff like that. Show you where the possibility possibilities are. That's all I could do is show you where the possibilities. Are you the Riddler from the Batman movie? No, I'm Matthew Lesko, the stupid researcher. Okay, here's another thing. So anybody, because now there's people calling you. Also, there's a lot of people with student loan debt that are calling. Don't do that. Actually, I'm going to have a short little report on the best places to go to get out of debt quickly without spending any money. And that'll be up on lesco.com/tutor soon. He is a Finland legend. Financial? Is that that's nice to hear. So I'll have that up real soon, too. But all that stuff, too, in my OneStop. My OneStop report's the best thing I've done in 40, 50 years of doing this stuff. That's what I think every family should have. It's something you could use forever to have every source of free money and help and services and personal grants and financial assistance and everything, all in one report. They're over 400 pages. You download it, and if I don't have your state right now, it'll take me about 2 weeks to get it out to you. Otherwise, the states I have, I can download right away, and you get them. And now they were $70, $80. They were $80. Now I got them down to $59. So I want to get this down lower, 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 lower. Then I do custom reports too for housing, if you want to buy a house or fix up a house, and also for starting a business or nonprofit organization. Take a look at that. Also, I have. If you have a nonprofit too, if you go to lesco.com/course, you'll see I have a course to give you the 10 best places to get money to start or expand any nonprofit. And this is from the stuff of my 30, 40 years in business, studying all these sources. And I think I'm the only person in the world. Here's some other things too. Here's an 800 number I want you to know about. 800-829-1040. 800-829-1040. The government, there's almost 30,000 people that the IRS is sitting on checks right now. Okay, the IRS has checks for 30,000 people that they're not picking them up because maybe you forgot to apply. You did your taxes and they redid them and they said, hey, you don't owe us money, we owe you money. And they sent you a check for, actually the average check they have is like from $700 to $900. So this is a place to check. You may have a check average, 30,000 people have an average of $700 to $900 there. Okay, so that's the IRS. It's a total of $1 billion. Okay, here's how to find your local office too. 844-545-5640. 844-545-5640. Let me, if I have a magic squeaker pen, I bet I don't. I started without it. I did it. Yeah, the nuns used to say, oh, you're a carpenter. Oh, there it is. You're a carpenter without your tools. And I guess that was Jesus was a carpenter, so maybe that's where that is. 844. 844-545-5640 IRS. Okay, find your local office. Find local assistance, anything like that. And another thing too, people sometimes don't make enough money and to file an IRS form, and that's silly because you may have money. Even though you didn't make a lot of money, you still may have money. So you want to file anyway to see, because there's so many things, particularly if you don't make a lot of income. If you're working, and particularly if you have kids, there's money you could get even if you don't owe the IRS anything. They send you money. So it's a grant like from the IRS. But they don't call it a grant. See, and that's why you won't know about it. And here's the main IRS number. You want them, but actually you're looking for unclaimed money at the IRS. Unclaimed money. And here's the main IRS number. Now, not your refund, but unclaimed. It's refunds and other stuff that people forget about or don't know. Okay. Okay, there. So that's another thing. Now here's another thing. Okay, sexual harassment. Okay, that's in the news all over today, right? Lots of has slim pickings nowadays. Thanks for going live. Periscope, really, huh? Some places doesn't do much. I mean, Periscope doesn't have much of it. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I just want to educate. I mean, that's my thing. Educate and get people to know about this stuff out there. Okay, here's something I want everybody to know about is sexual assault. Okay, this is a crime. Okay, sexual assault. We're learning about it now, right? Hi guys, we're learning about it. We're afraid to call any woman pretty or anything like that. We don't know where this line is. But you know when you're a real idiot. Sexual assault, and that's coming out now a lot. A lot of people get in trouble. But more importantly, people who it happened to, and it happens to boys, particularly young boys, by other men and stuff like that. That there is grant money, free money, and not called grants, but it's free money if you're a victim of any sexual assault, because there's money there to help you if you lose your wages because of psychological problems. You have to get all kinds of other things. I don't want to get Weinstein. Yeah, he should be giving out the grants, right, Weinstein? And whatever the victims, the mental health problems or loss of income, all this come because of a sexual assault. And so there's money at every state capital, but also any kind. Somebody you get mugged or whatever, or somebody breaks in your house or whatever. You're a victim of crime. Okay, we have money for that. It's like a $500 million we give out every year for free. Don't have to pay it back to pay all these expenses or loss of income and stuff like that. And that's available. Now here's the website to go. And actually, last year, about 8% of the money that they gave out went to victims of sexual assault. And there's probably a lot more because women weren't turning themselves in. Actually, a very prominent woman I heard doing an interview on her book. She was married to the publisher or whatever of the Washington Post, back in the heyday and whatever. And she was a very big socialite lady and everything. And she had a sexual. Actually, Weinstein was one of the people. She was up for a part in a movie, and this is like 30, 40 years ago. So, and the person was getting the job said, you're going to have sex with Weinstein. And this is like 30, 40 years ago. She didn't tell anybody. And then a famous senator also raped her in a car. Had her panties down and all this kind of stuff. Famous senator, Texas senator, whatever. I mean, she's very open about it now. I keep forgetting, maybe before this is over. Yeah, and just dreadful. And she was ashamed to tell anybody, so she hadn't told anybody. And now it's good. Okay, here's for crime victims assistance. Okay, so nacvcb.org. nacvcb.org. And that's National Association of Crime Victims Compensation Boards. So National Association of Crime Victims Compensation Boards. Statute of limitations on assault, I don't know. It could be different in every state. But, for next time, if you don't get it this time or whatever. So that's an interesting thing, particularly interesting in the news. See, that's why people don't even know. I mean, I had some lawyer friends over here, young guys just out of, top 10 law schools in the country, top 3, 4, 5 law schools, never heard of that. Never heard of victims of crime grants that's available. My own son, too, That's what it is. Isn't there a limit for it? Yes, it's usually the limit. It depends on the state. It's anywhere from $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, for the limit. Everything has limits. Everything has ifs, ands, or buts. The important thing is that you check it out. See what it is. Here's another thing, too, is unclaimed child support. We have like $700 million. Okay, so that's like $1 billion. That the government is sitting on of child support money they collected through deadbeat dads or deadbeat moms, whoever owed child support, and it goes into the state government and sitting there, and you don't know it's there, so you're not collecting it. So if you have any missing child support money, somebody stiffed you on child support in the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it is, you go and you Google for child support enforcement. Child support enforcement. Can you show that one second? Child support enforcement for That's not for child support. Somebody wanted to know the crime victims thing. Website. So that's the crime victims website. Okay. You want to go to child support enforcement and Google with your state. You want this state. Child, C-H-I-L-D, support, S-U-P-P-O-R-T, enforcement, E-N-F-O-R-C. You're going to get me on misspellings, I know. So for your state, and that's why I put these up here so that, you know, when you could zoom through the video, because all the video, you know, that's on here is going to be there, you know, tomorrow, next week, next year, next lifetime, or whatever. It's going. That's why I like doing this, for other people to learn. You know, it's 1:30. Yes, it is 1:30. It should have been 1:30, and I'm a stupid old fart. Yeah, that's right. I keep screwing up like that. That's why I'm dangerous, man. I just feel like they're going to take me out in the backyard like a horse, you know, and shoot me and get rid of me because I got like a broken leg and don't work well anymore. So just, and I see it going on, but I'm still doing it. And I plan to do it for a long time yet. So, you know, I enjoy it. I try to catch myself. Oh, don't forget, now here, we were talking about starting a business. Okay, things are changing in our country. That's why you have to keep abreast of what's going on. Next time I'm in D.C., we have dinner at Prime Rib. Ooh, that sounds fat. I can't eat much. The older you get, I need less. You know, I run 5 miles a day, you know, and I still need less and less, you know, calories every day. Otherwise, I just start getting fat. And if I get fat, I get lazy, I get tired, I get cranky. Yeah, because I was a fat kid, and there's a fat kid still trying to get up. Okay, here, holiday sales. Okay, first of all, they say that they're going to hire 571,000 people, just holiday workers. So if you're still looking for work, man, look, you know, locally, whatever. Don't think they've hired everybody. They're still looking for people. And especially after a big booming Friday. See, Friday was a record number of sales. You know, Black Friday, and it was up like 16% from last year. But that's mostly from the internet. Okay, so that's why you also want to look in these driving services. You know, these people that deliver, because you could get a driving job and make extra money. It's usually like $15, $20 an hour, maybe 25 or whatever. But it's very flexible. You just work an hour a day, you work, you know, 100 a week, or just only when you want. It's great. It's easy and it's flexible and no boss. You just do it yourself. So there's a whole bunch of programs. You know, I mean. Amazon hires people. They're hiring more people, right? Because they need people to deliver this stuff. You know, Uber's delivering stuff. You know, I mean, there's dozens of places, you know, that do this. My son works for 2 or 3 of them. You know, depending on who's got more business and all this kind of stuff. When he wants to make some extra money. Now, these organizations that I have, there's another way of making extra money at home, and that's in my OneStop, the state OneStop that I create. You know, for every state. So if you go to letsgo.com, you know, /OneStop, you'll see, you know, that part of that report is all these kinds of extra money like that. So that's what's growing. Okay, so that's why selling on the internet. So you could be in the biggest mall, and you know, you make little question mark suits or whatever, handmade. Well, you could be at Etsy, you could be on Amazon, you could be all these places for free. So you're in the biggest mall in the world, and it costs you nothing. See, to be in a mall, a normal kind of mall, it costs you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you can't. So that's why this is where it's going. So that's why it costs you nothing to start a retail business. E-bikes, I mean, this is it. You know, these electric bikes. I mean, this is another big growth industry. Listen to this. Electric cars remain something of a novelty, commanding premium prices and presenting changing challenges. But another kind of electric vehicle is gaining momentum. E-bikes. Globally, electric bikes, battery and plug-in hybrids, account for nearly 1% of all vehicle sales, with about 1.5 million expected to be sold worldwide this year. According to evolume.com, compare that with 35 million e-bikes expected to be purchased this year. Wow. So 1 million last year, 35 million this year. You know, with countries like Germany and the Netherlands experiencing double-digit percentage sales growth over last year. The advantage of cost and convenience. E-bikes can be had for less than $1,000, and their batteries can be easily removed, plugged into a regular outlet, and charged in 3 hours. We think that these are an alternative to cars, not as an alternative to bicycles. So the company also makes a line of Paxter cargo models, which can haul weeks worth of groceries and 2 kids. So you get an electric bike with you put 2 kids on it and a week's worth of groceries. Okay, and you change the battery from 20 to 70 miles an hour. About 400,000 e-bikes are projected to be sold in the United States. That's double last year. So they're going to double the number of e-bikes sold in the United States this year. And you go up to 30 miles an hour. I mean, that's scary. I hate going on my scooter that side. So that's what's going on. Here's another outfit. Young people becoming farmers. Big growth in farmers, agriculture, starting a business. Boy, that's more rewarding than sitting in a slave shop in back of a computer screen, isn't it? You're out in the field and working and being in shape and watching things grow and being part of the earth. That's why young people are getting hooked on this. And also because of urban farming, because of what they call farm to table groceries. All the restaurants want local stuff. So, and there's a lot of government programs. Department of Agriculture has young farmers programs. In our county here, they give anybody could get free land to start practicing being a farmer on. Make money on it too. Or they'll show you how to do it in your backyard. Because everybody wants to sell it. You see all the growth in farmers markets, in all the restaurants they're saying, we have locally grown stuff. Well, you can locally grow that. Hi, Joe from Harrisburg. You're there. Great. Sorry if I screwed you up with my timing. It wasn't so smart. So that's important. By the way, the other thing on this is health care for kids, the CHIPS program. And this is, if you have a child under 18 years old, it's free health care up to a certain income. And they're going to run out of money soon because they're given every millionaire is going to get an extra $1 million from the tax cut. I mean, that's just astounding to me. We don't have money to pay for kids' health insurance, but we have money to pay millionaires an extra $1 million over the next 10 years. That's what they're going to get, in the next tax rate. And then, see, we go into debt to pay that $1 million to these millionaires, because it's like $1.3 billion, or trillion, I'm sorry, 1.3 trillion. So we got to go in debt. Who are we going to borrow the money from? The millionaires. They have the money to lend to us so that we could give them more money. And they have so much money now. If they say they're going to create jobs, well, they have more money in the bank doing nothing now than ever before, and they don't use it to create jobs now. Why in the hell giving them more money in the bank? It means they're going to create jobs. Don't know, but I'm not that smart. As you notice, I don't even know the fucking time. I can't get that straight. So don't, trust me for that. Well, I'll be seeing babble along. Anybody got a quick question before I wrap up and try to do some more research so I can get these one-stops out to people, because that's what I want. Everybody to have their own source of all the money sources that you don't. There's like 327 programs I'm giving you. None of them cost you a nickel. And either make money, give money, or free services, or whatever. You need free legal help. You need a free dental care. All these kinds of things. Free job training. You want to take a course. Anything. That's what I do. Poor America voted for it. Yep. We're learning. It takes us long. I appreciate the time and energy you've dedicated to it. Well, I enjoy doing it. How could I start a business for free? There's 100 ways. Look at my stuff on YouTube to get. I have one for entrepreneurs there, how to do it. I brought your nonprofit report. We'll have the best 10 places. Yeah, that's you want to start a nonprofit? There are all the places to start. You don't need cost money, nothing. It's right there. How to start a nonprofit. It's looking inside yourself. I mean, and you're going to fail at a lot of things. So if you're starting a business, anybody, first of all, stay away from anybody who's going to charge you money. And I have a report now that it's the best place to go for starting any kind of business. It's a $20 report. It shows you the services locally to help you think through that, and other places, more or less easy money that you don't have to pay back to do that. But it's really using what's locally to do that. Forget the internet unless you really know what you're doing, and you know exactly what the name, because like you put in grants, you're just gonna get overwhelmed, and you'll throw up your hands and you don't know what to do, so you give somebody money because they said the right things, and you still won't have it, but they'll have your money. Yeah. So don't do that. Let's see. Great question. Ask that again, and he got a chance. When he got a chance. What's the question? Well, okay, guys, I need to do that research because the paying customers, not you guys. You guys are getting all this stuff for free. The paying customers. Are there any grants targeted especially for African American? Yes, but 99, 44, 100% are for anybody. There are some just for minorities and other. But don't have that in mind. Look for anything. You have a problem. You have an income problem. Okay, then you try to solve that and see what's there. You have a housing problem. Okay, you try to solve that and see what's there. But don't, because otherwise, if you say you're just looking for people, with minority grants, then that's all you're going to look for. When 90% of the money is for anybody, it doesn't matter what color, race, creed, or whatever the hell you are, and you won't find them because you're just looking for minority stuff. Sure, there's some, but that will be in your things. You go out there and do research that takes work. Download my free report to help you find where to start to getting research. Okay, you go letsgo.com/free, letsgo.com/free, and download that report, and that's small letters on free. Let's Go could be big or small, whatever you want. I'm opening an assisted living home for amputees. I'm a prosthetic. I want to get lots of help for that. It may not be around. Don't look for a grant. You just need money to do it. Because otherwise you're going to limit yourself and you won't find the stuff. And be creative to do it some other way if you can't find exactly what you think is in your head. Don't forget, all these programs are have not been designed because of you. So you have to figure out what the hell's out there and how to use them. So don't think, oh, I think this is the best thing I could get, and I'll go look for it. No, you don't. You can't do that. Because then you'll never do it. But there'll be something else that you have to be creative about to do that. You buy his book, and I don't have books anymore. It's all online, and that's why. And the best thing I have is the state OneStop. So it's letsgo.com/OneStop. It was $79. Now I got it down to $59. It gives you 327 sources of free money and help where you live, because you can't do it in a book. The book would be like a DNA report, thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. So I just narrow it down for where you live, so all the links work where you live, and that's the important thing. It makes it more useful and user-friendly. Okay, guys? Thanks for being there. Thanks for your appreciation that you show. And yeah, that's what keeps me going, honestly. That's food for the heart. Thank you again. I talked to him a few days ago as if it would turn out to be correct. Ooh, who is that? Who just talked to me a few days ago? Income correct. That's nice. No, I can't get that. Who is it? Can you email me that? Who on Periscope said you talked to me a few days ago. I'd love to. Email me. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. And yeah, I'd love to hear back. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. If you don't hear from me in 2 days, particularly, if I'm going to do something for you for free and you don't hear from me in 2 days, you got to beat on me again, because I really know I have to take care of paying customers first. Let's Go Free Radio. Okay, yeah. Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Okay. Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Okay, let's go free radio at gmail.com. And if it's not about money and the freebie, I'd still want to do it, but I just may forget, or it takes longer. So just beat on me in 2 days if you don't get it. Real estate money, yes, I do a lot of real estate money stuff, and I do it for where you live, or where you want to live, or where you want to be an investor at. And I'll show you, a couple hundred programs just in your city and town and county and state. Can you be hired to match up a grant? Can you be hired to match up? Well, no, I'm doing the report. That takes a lot of effort. I mean, I don't want to charge thousands of dollars, and I'm trying to get it down. I want to teach you how to do that, teach you where to go to do that. And that's what my reports do, because anybody's going to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars, to really do that. And I don't want to be that kind of business. I used to do that from rich people, but I don't like that. And I'd rather just give you the tools, show you the tools, teach you the tools, how to do them, to do that, and where the sources are. Awesome. Okay, the real black magic. Wonderful. Nice to know there's magicians out there doing magic. We're all magical, and that's the thing. See what's magical about you and give that to the rest of us, Okay, guys. Peace. Thank you. Price of real estate. Yeah, the real estate report is $49. Let's go. Okay, $49.95. Let'sGo.com/tutor, and you'll see it there. Let'sGo.com/tutor on the front page. $49. There's one on flipping houses, and another one for real estate. It's the same report, so either one you get is fine. Or choose is fine. But give me about 2 weeks to do it, because it's all custom work. It's like making you a sofa or a wooden chair or something. That's why I thought maybe I'd put it on Etsy, and there's a competitor on Amazon too. So that's why I thought these are custom work. The same link. Got it. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. I appreciate you being appreciative, and nothing better than that. That'll help me sleep better. Thank you.